4 years have passed since the events of No Way Home. Peter Parker is a ghost. He voluntarily erased himself from the memories of everyone he loves, choosing to live entirely alone in a city that no longer knows his name. Right now, theater audiences are feeling the weight of superhero fatigue. People are exhausted by a constant stream of multiverse-ending spectacles. Curious, leaning in, the first trailer for Brand New Day strips that scale away. We see a Peter Parker who is physically and mentally exhausted, suffering through dizzy spells and unexplained blackouts. His DNA is beginning to shift. He is developing organic webbing and experiencing violent, predatory urges that leave him fearing his own reflexes. This leads to a desperate confession. He tracks down Bruce Banner, seeking a way to suppress a mutation that feels like a separate entity waking up under his skin. Which raises a disturbing question. What if the vacuum Peter created for himself is the very thing triggering his body to overwrite its own human code? Because Peter erased his past, he also lost Tony Stark's technical safety net. This forces the film into a gritty, street-level detective story. Spider-Man returns to his comic book roots. Instead of high-tech gadgetry, he has to operate as a lone investigator working local cases. This shifts his alliances to traditional law enforcement. He relies on a new partner, rumored to be Detective Kathy, to track crime across the 5 boroughs. Together, they are hunting a mystery threat, a psychic presence that is actively terrorizing the citizens of New York. This targets the street-level underworld seen in the comics, where Spider-Man faced off against the mutant William Metzger and the Chinatown crime lord Mr. Negative. Moving the focus to a grounded procedural creates the exact high-pressure, isolated environment needed to test Peter's humanity. To understand what is happening inside Peter's body, we have to look at the 2007 comic storyline, One More Day. In that story, Peter makes a deal with a demon to save Aunt May's life, trading away his marriage to Mary Jane Watson. That memory-wiping event effectively reset his history, launching the street-level Brand New Day era in the comics. But the MCU film is drawing from a second source, a biological mutation storyline known as The Other. This chart tracks the relationship between Peter's social withdrawal and his genetic stability. As the isolation spikes, we see a correlated shift in the DNA strand, where human markers are replaced by sharper, spider-like geometric structures. By suppressing the man to focus solely on being the spider, those arachnid traits reach an inflection point. The predatory biology begins to eclipse the human genetics entirely. The physical transformation Peter is fighting is a direct biological manifestation of his psychological self-erasure. Bruce Banner frames the problem with a medical question. How would he decide which parts of nature are useful and which are dangerous? This creates a tactical dilemma. Spider-Man's mutating biology makes him the only person immune to the city's new psychic threat. To stop this villain, Peter might actually need to lean into the biological evolution he's trying to cure. The trade-off is clear. The more he relies on the spider to survive, the less of Peter Parker remains. Banner's equipment can suppress a mutation, but it can't replace a support system. His actual antidote requires ending his isolation. He has to take off the mask and reconnect with the people he left behind, like MJ. Brand New Day suggests that Peter's actual strength comes from the connections he tried to erase. Without them, the hero literally ceases to be human.